The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Yes, G Krishna, I will send you the LMS link. How are you guys? Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Manoj, Ganesh, Bosa. Good evening. Yes, we will provide you with the certificate. And like if you submit the project, we will definitely provide you the certificates. Good evening. I'm good, Krishna. How are you? Good evening, Abhinav. Okay. Yes, Lizan, please ask what doubt you have on yesterday's session. So guys, if you have any doubt regarding yesterday's session, please do let me know. And if you can please summarize yesterday's session, what we discussed, it will be really nice. Yesterday's recording hasn't posted. Okay, definitely. I will post it. That's my bad. I'll post it today. Void elements are those type of element which has no starting or ending tag. It has just one tag. Those are called void elements. I will teach you the project, the same project that you have to submit. That same project you have to submit. I will teach you the project. No issues, no issues. If you missed yesterday's session, you can definitely watch a recording of yesterday's, although I have not actually uploaded it. I will upload it. Fine. The meta is for like information about your website. Fine. That's what the meta is told. Good evening. The recorded sessions will be available in LMS, Learning Management System, which the link I will give you today. Project topic and all I will teach you. Don't worry. Thank you, Vimpati Akhila, that you summarized it. So yesterday we talks about the pre tag, the p tag, the image tag, the list tag, UL and OL. Fine, UL and OL tag, and one more tag we discussed. How a website open when we click on the image, add an anchor tag to that, your website will open. What lang en is? Lang en means language English we are writing. You can write in German language also, you know, Sachin. You can write HTML in German language also. That's why en means English. Yes, I'm sharing you the link. Offer letter you will get by next week. Don't worry about that. You did not understand the use of prettier. The use of prettier is just a code formatter. It helps you to write the code easily with a good space, with a good amount of lines and everything. If you press on save, it will automatically format your code in a specific line, in with a specific what you call spaces and all. That's what the formatter it is. It will format whatever you have written. Huh. That we can discuss today in the form tag. Value attribute that I will tell you today. For now, it will not make that much of sense, Krishna, Balaji, Medan. For now, it will not make much of your sense, but okay, I will try to teach you. There is no WhatsApp group. Which server I installed? Live server. Live server. Yes, Rama Devi. Do you have question? How to add reference link to an image? So you write an anchor tag, which is a tag, a small a tag, a for apple one tag. A tag you write. Inside that, do you know now where do you write content? In that content, you write the image tag. My screen is not visible. I think it will be visible if it is written. Welcome all of you by WSA. Is it written? I'll not teach about API, although I will tell you how the API is created and what we do with an API. Fine. See, structural is to give you give you the structure of a website. Semantic is also a structural website, but this generally is used for suppose screen readers. The screen readers will generally use that semantic tags. So if you don't give semantic tags, it's okay. The website will work. The website working will not be harmed. But suppose if somebody with a screen reader who is blind, who cannot see the phone, fine, who is fine, who cannot see the phone, for them it's a challenging. So that's when we use a semantic tag. So there now, if you write strong, that means it will the website will tell you, okay, this is the word I have to emphasize when any screen reader is coming. Thank you, Arvind. Let's begin. Rama Devi, something you want to ask, sir? Sir, the screen is not visible. Okay, if you can rejoin, I think my screen will be visible. My desktop is visible. Sir, after this internship, I am finding stipend-based internship. Where should I apply? Intershala, um, Insta Hire. You can apply in Intershala, Insta Hire, LinkedIn also you can apply. All those anywhere you can apply. See, the main thing, what I will tell you, wherever you apply, guys, wherever you apply, if they are asking you the money, then they are fraud. Because if you are getting job somewhere, no, they will not ask you money. Fine. It's not like a government form where you are filling for 200 rupees, you have to fill the form. For 500 rupees, you have to fill the form. It's not a if you're applying for government exams, then you have to fill a form, then you have to give 500, 600, whatever the price of the price of the form it is. For online, there is no price. They are likely to be like, especially towards, I think, Delhi side, it is there. Fine. They will call you, they will tell you, okay, you have to come to this pillar number, and there is our office. You have to give tests. Then they will ask you money. Fine. Never give a money. Never give a money. Those are fraud. At least what I have seen, those are fraud. Maybe there will be genuine. I don't know that. Whatever I have seen, they are fraud. No, I told you, no, I will not teach about much about the APIs. Website, I will write you the name actually for all of you. Fine. I'm writing you the name, guys. Just create a good resume. Fine, create a good resume. If after this internship, if you can create your own portfolio also, that will be really nice. Fine. SQL. SQL, not going to teach over here SQL. React, Node, Express, MongoDB, like that. You will not get this code. You have to watch the session and write it. Everything, if it is available, no, nobody will come to this session. They will only, you know what, copy the code and go to ChatGPT and tell, explain me the code. WhatsApp link and everything is not there with us. I think we should start now. Okay, LMS link I should give you, no? Just a second. So this is our first internship. So can you tell us how it's going to be? How it's going to be, whatever I teach, you learn, you explore, and whatever you learn, write it in your resume, you find job. That's how the process goes. See, Kavya, I have just sent an LMS link in the group. Okay, that LMS link you have to go. You have to choose lost password, and once you have done for the lost password, then for the lost password you have to give you the email ID what you registered. After that, you can access this LMS. In the LMS, fine, you can see day 1 introduction. Day 2 I have not uploaded, I will upload it. Day 2 I have not uploaded, I will upload it. Day 2, fine. Anyhow, tomorrow no internship is there. Fine, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, 3 days are there, you can cover it. 3 day session, 3 day holiday, it is there, you can cover it. Resume building session after the internship, no, but there is a but. If you go to any YouTube channel and you see how, okay, I have to design a portfolio, and they start writing the code, whatever the code they are writing, fine, it will be not alien to you. You will at least understand, okay, what's happening. Maybe all the codes you will not understand, I'm not telling that, but you will understand, okay, what's happening, what we should more learn. Fine. So I will tell you that after this internship, Or if you know HTML, CSS, many of the people might be knowing more than me. I'm not telling that. Okay, so you can build your own portfolio, because if you go and apply for the front end developer role, if you apply for the uh, back end developer role or full stack developer role, there is a, in the form, no, there is a box where it is asking for your portfolio. Either you give your portfolio or you give your GitHub profile. In the GitHub profile, no, at least you add your projects, whatever you have done. Fine. Tomorrow is Friday, guys, I know, but I have to go for marriage. It's a marriage season in North India. I don't have a YouTube channel. Why you want such an? I- No need to mark it done. For your reference, it is. All the homeworks will be given to you. Discussion form will be there. Suppose some of the projects might, sorry, some of the code might not working, then you can ask us. Okay. So there is no sessions tomorrow. And not my marriage, it is not my marriage. It's not my marriage. Yes, yes, Iqbal, shall we start? Yes. Sorry. Yes, I will record each lecture and daily, and I will upload daily. Sir, can you share your LinkedIn profile? Okay, I'll share it at the end of the class, guys. Not now. Course completion certificate will be given to you if, and if, I'm telling you, if you submit the project. Fine. There should be no doubt that everybody should get a course completion certificate. That is not the case. If you complete the project, you will get a course completion certificate. I have never tried, Manoj, and I am not qualified that much to compete with those great teachers out there. Fine. DSA problem skills, if you want to uh, improve, the best and the one thing only I will tell you, practice. Okay. Now practice doesn't mean that you think for 10 minutes and then you go to ChatGPT or go to answer. It should be not like that. Think, give it 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Think, think. See, I'll tell you. If two questions, if you think and it's solved, it might not be the best, what you call the best solution, but it gets solved. Test cases run. Only two questions run. Third question, now you'll stop watching answers. You'll stop watching the answers, because you will be such motivated person. Just you have to try for two questions, two good questions you try. Fine, two good questions you try. If you succeed, then no one can stop you. Then you will realize, okay, you are feeling much excited when you do the question. Fine, your sleep will improve. Everything will be improved. Fine. When you are doing two questions daily, and give that as much as time if you can give. Don't worry about people doing in 1 minute, 2 minute. Don't worry about them. Many of them are like fake or something like that, but don't worry about that. You give your 100%, so that without watching hint, or without, and a hint you can see, without watching answer, you are able to do that. Fine. DSA, that's one thing I can give you. Okay, so in today's topic, we will be discussing about form, because form is one of the major part of HTML, and form is the one thing where HTML started actually. Okay, Form was a major thing where HTML started actually. Sorry, Arvind, will start. Okay, and then we will see about the tables. So first, let's start from the table because table is much easier. Then we will move on to the form, and if the time permits, it'll give you the introduction about CSS. Okay. Yes, Vaishnavi, I didn't uploaded second day's lecture. You can, what can I say? I'm sorry about that. And if you want to complain, you can complain. What I can do? I've said so many times sorry. Fine. I'll take all your questions later and then we'll jump right into our internship. Fine. So in the HTML, guys, new folder, I can write 03 underscore, and this time will be what? Table underscore form. Fine. Table underscore form. Okay. Let's close all. Nothing we need over here. Okay. Let's start with the table. Okay. So right click, create a new file over here, and let's write index underscore table. Fine. Dot html. Fine. Because form is also what we are going to cover over here. So we'll go through the form in the same folder. That's why I've written this name. Okay. Fine. So what is the shortcut, guys, to start the code? Boilerplate exclamation mark that you have to give. Now, meta name, somebody was asking what is this name? Name means your viewport. I told you now, whether your viewport, your screen, your machine viewport, you're doing in tab, you're doing in phone, sorry, not phone, you'll not be doing in phone. Tab, you're doing in any laptop, gaming laptop, big PC, 22-inch PC, if you have connected CPU in your TV also, that's your viewport. That's what Meta is telling you, that the viewport should be your width, and that viewport will be the device width. Fine. And the initial scale in that is 1.0, means not zoomed in or not zoomed out. Fine. Okay. Now let's discuss about table. Okay. Now table consists of what, guys? Okay. Just one second. See here. Suppose this is what a table looks like, correct? Okay. Guys, I will draw two arrows. Fine. Tell me what is column, what is row. I will draw two arrows. Fine. Like this one arrow, like this one arrow. So which one represents the row and which one represents the column? Can you tell me? Which one is rows? Which one I should tell a row and which one is column? Yes, correct. So the left down array, fine. The left down array, I can call them as a column, correct? So see, if you column, see if you are confused, sir, what is column, what is row? I am confused. I'll tell you one syntax tool. If you see everywhere the building, when the building stands up, correct? When the building stands up, okay, like this, the foundation has been built, and here they are calling them as pillars. Somewhere, if in India you are building, no, so they are called as a columns also. So these straight horizontal, sorry, vertical lines are called as columns. And if you know the vertical lines are called as column, then the opposite one are called as rows. Fine. That you can remember if you are confused. I was confused. I remembered like this. Fine. So that's why I'm telling you. Maybe you know. Fine. I'm not biased over here. Okay. So this is column. Fine. This is the row. Okay. So generally what happens, suppose if you want to write the serial number, you write over here name, fine, and then you write marks or you write the job profile or whatever, fine, like this the Excel sheets are going to be filled, correct? Over here you write one, you write the name, suppose Ganesh, fine, Ganesh you write, and his job is a MERN Stack developer, fine, MERN Stack developer. Second, you write this, you write Manoj, fine, you write Manoj, and he is a Google developer, fine, he is a Google developer. Fine. So like this, let's create a table. Fine, let's create a table. So see, let's use some Emmet abbreviation over here. Okay, the table will be here. Table will not go anywhere. We'll start writing over here. Okay. So in order to in order to draw a table, we have to write a table tag. Fine. The table tag. Inside this table tag, everything will be done. Okay, inside this table tag, everything will be done. Okay. In this table tag, can you tell me, see the right hand pink color one is what table we have to mimic, what table we have to draw, the same table we have to draw. Okay, can you tell me guys how many rows are there, how many rows are there and how many columns are there? Three columns, three rows. Very good. Three columns, three rows. Now what we will do, we will target row wise. Fine. We'll target row wise. So first of all, we will write three rows. Fine. First of all, what we will do, we'll generate three rows over here. Okay. Let's generate it. So in the table, we'll write three rows. So in order to write the rows, write the tags, we are writing tr for table row. Fine. Tr means table row. It's represent one row. If you write tr, and how many rows we have? Three, correct? Into three, multiplied with three and press enter. What it does, is that it generates three rows. Now these three tr, whatever I have written, represents, let me change the color to yellow. This represents over here these rows. Sorry, these rows. Sorry, my handwriting, it's not handwriting, it's a little bad over here. one row, two row, and this third row. This is what it represents. Correct? This is what it represents. Three rows I've written. Now you tell me, inside this three row, how many cells are there? We have taken this approach, row wise approach. Correct? Or in one row, how many columns are there? Three columns, correct? Three columns. Okay. So in one, so this I can represent as for row one, row one. In this row one, I have how many cells or how many columns? Three columns, correct? So I can write as three datas we have, three columns, three datas we have. I can write TD multiplied with what? Three. What you will get? Three datas. TD data, correct? TD data. Three datas we get. Now what is the first data? That is serial number. That is serial number. What is the second data? That is name. Correct. What is the third data in that? That is the job. Correct. Okay. This is what three datas in one row looks like. And now we will continue to do with the same with the row number 2 and then with the row number 3. Fine. Again, how many datas we have? Three datas. So TD I will write multiplied with 3. I'll write 3 datas. Now first represents 1, value number 1. Second represent what? Ganesh, name Ganesh. Fine. And then he is what? A MERN Stack developer. Fine. MERN Stack developer. Fine. The third table, what it represent? The third row it represent. The third row. Fine. So here it will be TD. Fine. Multiplied with what? 3. Okay. Press enter. TD multiplied with 3. Press enter. 3 TDs will be created. Over here 2. This name will be what? Manoj. Fine. Manoj we have written. And he is what? His job profile is what? He is a Google or AppScript developer. Fine. AppScript developer. Okay. So row number 1, row number 2, and row number 3. This is how we have written. So we have actually divided the table into rows, and in the rows, each and every cell we have written. Okay, each and every cell we have written. Fine. So let's see how it looks like. So open an integrated terminal. Sorry, not integrated terminal. My bad. Open automatically on server start, and over here you can see this. See this? Okay, fine. As you can see, below serial number 1, 2 is there. Below the name, Ganesh and Manoj is there. Below the job, MERN Stack developer and AppScript developer is there. Okay, but it doesn't look like a table. Does it look like a table, guys? It does not. It does not looks like a table. So what we should do? We should have lines, correct? We should have lines, correct? So what we can do is that we can add a border over here. Border of 1. If you can add 2, what will happen? They will add some border. Okay. Now it somewhat looks like a table, but still we don't write table like this. We want the normal table how it is written. We want to write like that, not like this. Then there is an attribute. I told you about the attribute, guys. Where the attributes are written? The attributes are written on the starting of the table. Border is one attribute. One more attribute I am telling you. With that, you can actually write it just like you are seeing in the books, you are seeing anywhere else, the table. So you have to write style attribute. In this style attribute, you have to write border. Fine. We see if you write border collapse. Fine. Border collapse. Now there are actually so many things. Fine. But we have to focus on collapse and separate. Fine. Collapse and separate. There are two values. Border collapse has two major values. That is collapse and separate. What we should do? So we should write for collapse. Once you write for collapse, see what will happen. Style border collapse. When you do collapse, it is just looking like a table. Now it's look like a table. But some of them will agree. Some of them will not agree. Some of them will say serial number, name and job should be in serial number, name and job should be in bold fonts. It should look like a heading, sir. This is not looking like a heading. Fine. So for them, what I will tell you, no, I will tell them do one thing. Instead of writing TD, you write TH. Instead of writing TD, you write TH. If you want heading, give it as a heading. No, why you are writing TD data? Write it TH, T heading, and now it will look like a table. Now it will look like a table. Yes, sir, still it will not look like a table. Why? So there is no caption. There is no caption in that. What do you write for the caption? Can you research just for 1 minute in the Google? Can you go and research? What should I write for caption over here? Very good. Thank you, Sachin. We have to just write inside the table. We have to just write what? Caption. Caption, and you can write student information or employee information. Employee info. You see, you got a caption now. If you want, make it bold. You can make it bold. See? Understood? This is how a very small table has been created. A very simple, very small table has been created. Any doubt? Now here, guys, again, some of you will tell, sir, there is something called as T head, sir. There is something called as T bottom, sir. Yes, 6 cells. Yes, 6 cells are there. No, 9 cells are there. Vishnu, sir, in the serial number for using the title as bold, we can use we use th rather than we can use tb, means if you td, and then the b tag. Yes, you can use semantic. Fine, that's what I am telling. Semantic. See, you can't do anything. Fine. Yes, yesterday in the class, if you see, I have created an anchor tag as a button. That is not a good thing. Fine. Button should be button, not a hyperlink. Link should be link. But just to, in order to show you, I created a, see, that is called in Hindi term, it is called jugaad. That we have done. Correct. Correct. You can also do that. Nobody is stopping you. But at the end, what it does it matter? It's matter semantic. Because you see, in the industry, if you go, they are not creating the website for only the people who can see, or only the people who can use mobile. They are creating any website, any application for all, all, all. Fine. All the members, like from child, like who is 7 or 8 years old, from 8 years old to 80 years old. For all of them, the website and everything is created. So you see, you now you are in your 20s, maybe 18s, fine, 18 to 22 years old. For you, it is very easy to do anything. But think of some people who cannot see, some people who cannot, what you call, disabled, who cannot use mobile phone. Still they have to do it because everything is moving online. Now if you go to the hospital, you will tell you have to book it online. Everything is done online. So they have to actually keep the patients also, no? So that's where we have to write it, and industry standards also, that you have to write it in such a way that future you don't have to again change it. It's not like that you did something here and there and you give the code. No, it's not work like that. That's where the testing comes. That's where the testers will come. The testers, when it'll see this code, they'll reject it. They'll tell, no, this is not for the real world compiled. This is for your reference, it is good, not for real world compiled. Fine. So yes, you can do it, but it's not the industry standards. Just over here, move your cursor, remove this, and write th. You will change it. How to give a space after employee info? There is no space after employee info. Actually, it is in the middle. We have written as a caption. No, we have written this employee info as a caption, so it is in the middle. And you know, more semantic tags are coming over here. Now that don't have any meaning. Without that also, your website looks fine, great, working. But adding that, them will be a good, what you call, thing. Fine. So if you see, this is what we call as a heading tag, heading row. Correct? Heading row, we will tell. So what you can do is that t row, tr, this one, you can write it, cut it, write it inside t head. Fine. T head, write it. Now it does nothing. See, visual, no difference is there, but semantic difference is there. Visual, no difference. As you can see, if I add t head, no difference visually, but semantic difference is there. Align center, Sachin. Again, row 2 and row 3. Okay, these are bodies. Fine. What I can do, control X. Fine. I can write t body, control V. Visual, no difference. Semantic, so much difference. Now people are asking how I can center it in the middle. That's all this part of a style. But I can show you. Align. If you do center, it will come at the center of the page. This you can use. Okay, there are more things. Can you tell me, is it this like easy table is always there? This much easy table is always there? No, this much easy table you will not see actually. Table only you will not see nowadays, but still. Let's move one step further over here. Okay. What should I do is that I'll comment this one, right? So that for your readability, it's okay. Fine. Okay, fine. Over here only we will. What if, guys, I don't want the job now. What I want is that I want to show the marks. Correct. What I want to do is show the marks over here. Okay. Now marks of suppose maths and physics. Maths and physics are PCM plus English. Correct. That's your 12th, 10, 12. Fine. So what I can do over here, suppose I don't want to insert MERN Stack developer. Okay, I don't want to show. Let's see, one table I will show you what I want to design. Okay, what I want to design now. Serial number, fine. Name, okay, name and marks, correct. And I want to design like same two people, Ganesh and Manoj. I can take 1 and 2. Now suppose he got 90 marks in PCM English. He got not that much poor Ganesh, sorry. Um, 70 marks in English, and Manoj got suppose 80 marks over here in PCM and English he got 75 marks. Fine. Now this table I want to create. Understood? This table I need to create. Can you tell me now? Now, can you tell me what happened to this? Can you tell me how many rows, sorry, how many cells are there now in row number 1? How many cells are there now in row number 1? 3 4 3 4. Actually it is 3 cells. If you see the table, see the table, how many cells are there? 1 2 3. 3 cells are there. Fine. So I'm written this 3 cells. Okay, this is not responding actually. 3 cells are there. Okay, how many cells are there in now row number 2? 4 cells, correct. So here instead of MERN stack it has been written a number. Fine, number, that is 90. One more is there, that is now 70, correct, in the English marks. Okay, third row, how many, what are there? We have what? 80, and we have one more, what that is called 75. correct? Okay. Now that table, what you are seeing on the screen, and the second table which I draw, are they looking similar? Are they looking as it is? No. So what we have to do? Yes, yes, Kamailika. What we have to do? See, we have last column. We have to keep it inside our marks column. What we have to do? The last column, the fourth column, it should be not a separate. It should be not be a separate column. We should keep it inside the marks column. Means we should keep inside the third column. Now, what column? Which represents the column? The th marks represents what? Starting of the column. Th marks represents what's the starting of the column, correct? Fine. So can I write over here? In this one attribute we'll write that is called call span. And how many columns they have to span? Two columns. Span means added. Fine. Span means added. So how many columns you have to span? Two columns. 91 column and 71 column. These two columns I need to span. So I'll write call span 2, and what it did, whatever I have created, now it is looking exactly the same. Fine. So I have spanned two columns. I have joined two columns and kept it inside one column. I have joined two columns and kept it inside one column. See, if you want to span your columns, find where the column starts. Marks was the starting of the column, the starting cell of the column. So we found the starting cell, and there we wrote as an attribute called span. Fine. And then what we span? We span two columns. The one column which itself and the next column. If you write more marks, like if you want to give the PCM marks, okay, if you want to give the PCM marks, you can write call span 3, and you can add. Fine, you can add over here. See, again it added. This is where the concept of span, call span or call row span originates. Now I have taught you call span. Now it's your duty to understand the row span. There is also row span. If you want, I can show you, but if you want to do it on your own, that's also, it's very good. Is there any doubt? Understood? Call span. Now one homework I want to give you. One homework I want to give you. Uh, Have you seen your mark sheet of 10th or 12th, whatever mark sheet you have? Or if you are getting the mark sheet of over here also in colleges, fine. Can you create that mark sheet? Not the whole thing, just the table in using HTML. That's your homework. If you want to add a subject name, you're telling if you want to add a subject name, yes, you can add a subject name. Suppose, um, okay, like one row you want to add, correct? One row you want to add. So suppose let's add one row over here. After marks over here, let's add some row over here. Fine. So you can add a row tr, okay, and over here you can write td, and this td will be like physics, okay, physics, I think. Fine, like this you can add a row. Row span, here you can add two rows, you want to span it, you can span it, I think. Not here, it will not span over here. uh, okay, fine, it takes to another tangent over here. 3 columns and you have to span it. The maths is now over here, so you have to write inside the marks only, that you have to write it. Physics, chemistry, and maths, it should be inside marks actually. Fine, that you can try, that you can try. Other than this, everybody understood? Fine, let's move on to the next topic. The next topic we are going to discuss is form. Fine, we are going to discuss forms over here. Fine, so okay, let's create a new file over here. So we'll be discussing about form. Okay, fine, so right click. Okay, it will. Fine, so here title also you can change to form. Now guys, form is, I'm telling you, one of the most important topic of a web development. How? I'll tell you how. If you have guys logged in somewhere or signed up somewhere, have you seen the form you have to fill? Nowadays, OAuth 2 is there, which is OAuth 2 means OAuth 2.0 means what? You can log in with your Google account, you can log in with your GitHub account. Fine. You can log in with your Microsoft account. You can log in with your whatever. Fine. That if we remove that, if we don't discuss about OAuth 2.0, if we discuss about if you want to sign up, you want to sign up. So you have to fill a form. In that sign up form, what you have to fill? You have to fill the name. Fine. You have to fill the email ID. Suppose username also they will be asking you. Fine. Username also they will be asking you. Okay. Name they will be, then they will be asking you password, and then they will be asking you password confirm. These things they will be asking you. Yes or no, guys? Tell me. Yes. So what happened? See, why it is the form is really important in web development. What happened is that when you fill this data with that data, suppose these data will convert into one, in the JavaScript term we call as a JSON format data. Fine, forget about that what it is. Just you remember that there are data which is enclosed inside a curly bracket. Now these data over here will come to the JSON format data, and then it will go to the web server. Fine, it will go to the web server where where it will their logic is written to create a new account. Logic is written in the web server to create a new account. The account has been created, and then it is going to what? Your database. Now whatever the database is it is. Fine, whatever the database is it is. So it will go to the database, store your identity. What it will do? Store your identity. So have you seen, like in one website you have to always sign up? No, you only sign up once, and then what you did do next time always you log in. You don't sign up regularly, you always log in. Then same, this is what why it happens. Fine, the name and email ID and everything what you give is stored in over here, goes to the web server, and then the web server creates and sign up account for you. Then it give a response that okay, your account is created. So that you got a mail that okay, account has been created. For your email verification, you will get an email for your email verification. Like this only happens, like this only it happens or not? Yes. That's why these forms are very important. Sign up is there, login is there. If suppose you are filling some form for a job application, for anything, everywhere form is useful. Form is what? To collect the data. And you know that all the things now runs on a data. Fine, all the things runs on the data. So that's why it's really important to understand the form. Fine, it's really important to understand the form. Okay, so shall we start the form? Ready, guys? Okay. In order to write a form, first of all, you need a form. What do you need? Form. Now, form, you remove the actions. No need for now. Okay. No need for now. Okay. Although actions are your what do you want to do with the form? Either you want to get the data or send the data. That's what it is deciding. What action you want to take? Get the data or send the data? Fine. Get us. Okay, so now leave about the form. Inside this form, now form is what? User interaction. Form is what? A kind of user interaction. Fine. So in the form, what you have to write, you can write like this also. Name, fine, name, and you can write an input tag. Fine, input tag. Okay, input tag of type text. What type? Type is what again? What is this called, guys? This is what? This is called attribute. The type text is what? An attribute of an input tag. Okay, fine. This you can write it. This is okay. Fine. This is okay. I'm not telling it is not okay. But what if, guys, I need to color the name? What if I need to increase the size of NAME, name text, what we have written? Fine. So now it is not accessible. We cannot just, how you can pick this out? How we can pick this out? So we don't write like this actually. Fine. We have to write it with label. Fine. We have to write it with the what? Label. Now here inside the label, you can actually write this input tag. Now this input tag, can you tell me which type of element it is? Over here, now you can write name, fine, like this. Now it's look good. Okay, one label representing what? Name, and the input type is what? Text. Okay. Fine. Now in this for, whatever the for you have written as an attribute, correct? That attribute should match this. All again a semantic thing is coming. Fine. Yes, this all semantic thing are coming. This all semantic. This for should actually, you can write it like this also. Control X, you can write it outside the label also, and it will represent the same. Now here what will happen, this label, now this label is representing whom? You don't know. You don't know. This label is representing whom. So for that we are writing for. Now this for should be equal to input, any input ID value. This for loop should be equal to any ID value. Okay. For now, you just think as ID as a unique value. Okay. I will tell you what does it do. Okay, later when I will go to the CSS part. For now, you just remember this is a unique value. Okay, so I'll write ID. Fine, I'll write ID, and this is what for name. This should be equal with this for loop. Now, what will happen? What will happen that we can now see visually there is no difference. Visually, there is no difference. Fine. The for attribute, fine, in the HTML of the label tag just is used to explicitly associate a label. Fine. Explicitly associate a label with the any form controlled element. The form controlled element is input tag. User, where user can input it. So now this label is associated with what? This label is associated with this input tag. You can do this, or what I would suggest, better if you write this input tag, inside this label. For again it will work, but now what will happen, you have just one element over here, that is this label. You don't have two elements, correct? You don't have two elements, you have just only one element. Then you add br tag and you add one more br tag. Fine. What will happen, it will give a break. Then name is there. What I told next, what you can create, you can create a username. So label for username, you can write for username. Okay, over here you can write a user name colon, fine, and input tag you can write of type text username. Okay, you can also write one more attribute called placeholder. Fine. This placeholder you can write, like if you want to give an example, username should be John Doe. Fine. Username can be this, like this. And one more thing you are forgetting, that ID. ID you can write again, for and ID should be same. What I told, label of for and ID of a form of an input tag or of any controlled element. Fine. This input tags are called controlled elements. This should be same. So ID user name. Okay, here also you can write the, if you want to give an example of how you should write the name, you can write a placeholder and you can write like John Doe. Label tag I'm writing inside. Oh, sorry, my bad. Thank you. Thank you, Prerna. Why we associate, correct? Why we associate, again, why we associate them, because label is giving you that input represents what value. Label is telling you now that input represents what value. If I remove the label, if I remove this label, fine, over here I remove this name, I, fine, suppose name, label is also not there, correct? First of all, you don't know what to write there. Second of all, if I want to make any style changes, any CSS, if I want to apply on the name tag or any, how I can apply? Fine. You are telling that, sir, if I remove this label over here, you can write like this. I'm not telling you cannot write like this, name, like this. But how will you select this name if I want to make it red color? It is not written in any tag. How can I add a style attribute over here? Is it possible? No, it's not possible. So that's why we are writing first of all the label. Fine. First of all, we are writing the label, correct? Second of all, why it is associated? Because it is giving meaning to the input tag, what with what it is associated. Now I told you now, uh, Why we are using attribute called id? Because the for will always look for an input tag with an id of same values. That's why we are using id. I will tell you what is the purpose of id, but for that we have to start css. Just that ids are what? ips and ids are what? Unique. Your email id is unique, your roll number is unique, your admission id is unique. All the world, wherever id is written, they are all unique in nature. Your id and your loved one id will not be same. Correct? Although your heart are same, but your ids will not be same. Bad joke, bad joke. Fine. Then next one, name, username we have written. Next one, again a br tag you can add. Br tag we are adding for the spacing so that it looks good. Okay, nothing more is there. Next one, I want to write an email. Correct. So label. Now label will be what? Email. Fine. Now this label we should associate with the input tag who has a email input tag. Fine. So here we can write, although you can skip this for also. No need of this for, until and unless you are not using for the for the JavaScript operation. No need of this for loop. Okay. Input tag. Sorry, you have to write email input tag type. Now this time the type will not be text. Type will be email. Fine. Type will be email, and then the placeholder also you can add. In this placeholder you can tell like um, John Doe @email.com, whatever email it can be. Fine, like this you can give. Also you can tell that this is a required means what? Have you seen when you submit when you fill a form, there is a red color asterisks are there, red color stars are there on some of the form, some of the what you call fields. Have you seen? What does that mean? That means that we cannot leave that particular field blank. You cannot leave that particular field blank. If you don't fill that form, the form will not be submitted. Fine. it, the form will not be submitted. It cannot be left as a blank. Same thing. Same thing what required does. Required, if it is written, if you want to submit the form, it will not get submitted. It will throw you an error that this is a required field. Fine. This is a required field. Okay. Now here the type email. Fine. Why does this type email came? Why does text it came? Why does not the text it came? Because if you are writing something and if you go on some another use, it's fine, it will give you an error. When you submit it, it will give you an error because it needs something called as @ and .com inside its input tag. Without @ and .com, this email, it will not be email. Correct? So when you have not written @ or .com .in anything, then it will not identify this as an email. Fine. So that validation, that is called validation. That validation is actually given by the HTML only. We don't have to do anything. That validation is directly given by HTML only. So we are using it. Understood? Okay. Next, again 2 BR tags, 2 BR tags. Okay, next what we should write? Password, guys, password. So I will write label, fine, for password. Okay, and over here we'll write an password. Okay, and then an input tab. Now the type is not text. Type will be now not text. It will be now password. Password. Okay, and again you can write required true. Sorry, required means you cannot skip this. And here no need. Here, do you want a placeholder? You can give. You can assign the rules, but rules are not written in the placeholder. Rules are generally written separately. Now, why this type password is written? Because it helps us to give you this thing. Right? You cannot, anybody cannot see your password when you are typing it. So that functionality, that validation is given by the HTML directly. So we are using it. If HTML is making us easy to write it, then why we need that? See, yes, ID is not needed. I'm not telling that ID is needed. Just to make you understand what for do, that's why I've written ID. Fine. It visually for you, anything, there is no difference. Visually, there is no difference, as you can see. Okay. Now let's write BR tag. BR tag. Now let's write like your gender. Fine. Let's write about your gender. Correct. So I'll write a label. Fine. This label. Okay. In this label, I'll write the for loop, for and everything. I'll just tell you. Fine. Male, and then an input tag I will write. Now this input, I'll tell you the shortcut, guys. You can write input, you can write colon, and you can write radio. This is an emit abbreviation. Press enter and it will come. Okay, press enter and it will come. Okay, now forget. Fine, same thing. Like, are you a male, or like if you select all those things, and are you a female? This is called radio button. Fine. Radio button are used to select anyone. Now what will happen if you go and select male, and if you select female, both of them you can select. Fine, both of them you can select. Yes, the required field is telling you it must not be empty. What do you want explanation, Prachiti Gaikar? Input colon, whatever the text input you want. If you want text, you write colon text. If you write password, colon password. If you want email, colon email, like that you can write. Radio button, you can write label, then inside the label write mail, and then write input colon radio. Radio, fine. Now the radio buttons is used for only selecting one value. What happen if in the form you can able to select male and female? I represent myself as both. I am not gender biased, fine. So that is wrong actually. Either you are a male or a female, correct? Okay. Now I know there are now, if you fill the form, there are now much more options, but I'm not going that way. I'm just telling that older ways, when you write, yes, in yes, Prachiti, like that. When you write that either you can select a male or you can select a female. But for now, if you see, I can select both, which is wrong. So now how you can only select one? So what you can do here, you see name, you write the name as gender. Fine. And here also you write the name as gender. Correct. Now you see. Now either you can be a male or you can be a female. Both of them you cannot be. You have only option to select either male or female. Understood? This is what that name does. What it does, it combine these two and let you select only one. Let you select only one. There, this is where the name attribute comes. Fine. Either you are a male, in the gender you are male, or in the gender you are female. Fine. Like suppose next day I will give you an option. What sports you like? I have three options, and you have to choose only one. So there I should write name sports, and I will give you three options. So it can be cricket, football, or kabaddi, like that. So choosing one option is what radio tag does. Okay. Fine. Again here for you can write male, and ID also you can write what male. See, this for and ID you will not understand until and unless we go to the DOM, means we go to the selection selector. Selector means catching an element and using it. Fine, selecting an element and using it. Until and unless up to that stage, if you will not go, you will not understand true meaning of why we are writing the for and why we are writing the ID. Fine, so just be patient, just see. Okay, just don't worry about, okay, why for is there, fine. Okay, next, this is what radio button. Either you can be a male, you can be a female, not both in my form. Okay, next we'll talk about radio buttons. Sorry, checkbox. Okay, fine. Suppose I want to write about, okay, again I'm writing inside label. Sorry, my bad. Sorry. Yeah. Then I will write label, and this one I will write games. Oh yeah, correct. Thank you. It is female. Fine, female. Thank you. So for over here, games. For games, label I have written for games. Fine. So over here I can write like mini one label, and over here I can write an cricket, or I can write like this input tag of checkbox. Okay, input tag of checkbox, and over here you can write cricket. Fine, cricket. Now you love cricket. Fine, and you can select 3 times, you can paste. This is for football, you can write football, you can write, and this is what you can write for badminton. Now guys, now games, is there any one thing you can select? Is there any one thing? No, games you can select, like somebody has 2 games favorite, somebody has 1 game favorite. Fine, somebody has their 2 games favorite, somebody has 1 game favorite. So here we will not use the name attribute because we can here select more than one things, either cricket or cricket, football, cricket, badminton, football, badminton. That's up to you. Fine. So here you can see you can make selections. So this is what, and this is what we called as a checkbox. So you have seen this checkbox where when you terms and conditions, when you want to accept it, there you see there is a checkbox. Fine. Terms and condition you want to check. You want to like this select what games you play. So that time we can select cricket, football, you can select badminton, or all the three games you like. Fine. So that's what one thing. Fine. This is what checkbox does. Okay, checkbox. Now you can remember it like when you accept the terms and condition, there's the checkbox they are giving you. Correct? Okay. Now suppose they are asking you about the favorite car. Fine. In one form only, I'm telling you major of the tags we are using in all the web development. Fine. Major of the tags, most used tags, I'm telling you. Fine. So that's what I'm creating in you for the one tag. Fine. So don't mind that this is what type of form it is. Fine. So and let's do with the food. Correct. Let's do it with the food. So I can write a label. Fine. Label for food. Label for what? Small or for foods. Small foods. Here you can write a label. Choose your favorite food. Okay. Fine. Now here, what do you want to give? You want to give an options. Drop down menu if you want. You can give a drop down menu, guys. Fine. So here you can write just an input tag. Just an input tag. No type text. Nothing. Right. Just an input tag you can write. And here you can write list what? Foods. Okay. List what? Foods. Fine. You can write like name, and I am telling about food. Okay. Name what? Food. And ID will be also food. That you can do. Okay. After this you can write in this one only, you can write a data list. Fine. Data list. Okay. In this data list you can write IDs will be what? ID will be what? Foods. Food. Fine. Whatever the list name is there, na, the same will be ID name. Okay. And then we have the option. Fine. Then we have the options. So the option will be what? Ice cream. Fine. Value you can write what? Ice cream. You can write ice cream. Second option you can give like pizza, burger, dosa, like this. Pizza. So value over here you can write pizza. Burger. Fine. You can write burger over here. Then you can write pizza, burger, and then you can write dosa. My favorite. dosa. Fine. So what happened with this? What happened if this? Now I'll not share the code. Please, for the last time I'm telling, I will not share even a single code. If you want to write this code, you have to go through the videos. If I give you the code, you'll not go through the videos. You'll just use a chat GPT to understand everything. I don't want to do that. Fine. And that's my way of teaching. Sorry for that. What is the use of name? Name I already told you, no? Sorry, over here, name. Name I already told you, no? If you are using radio button and if you want to select any one value, okay, then you have to give the same name. If you have given the same name, only one value you can select. Okay. Fine. Now you can see you have a drop down menu over here and you can select. Okay, over here, why it is showing? Fine. Okay. See over here, if I use, see, ice cream, pizza, burger, and dosa, it is showing me. Correct. Ice cream, pizza, burger. So if you can select over here, no, ice cream, see, option is coming. Ice cream. Okay, option is coming. Ice cream. So you can select over here. That's what I'm telling. See, drop down is there. Correct. If you don't, this somewhat of a search one. If you have seen, like, you write your university name and it will pop up in any form, like that we have written. Okay, now here somebody was asking me, sir, what is value? What, see, first of all, the list what you have been written, the list should be equal to the data lists. Fine, the list whatever it is written, it should be equal to the data list. Now you cannot write the name and ID. You can skip this name and ID, it doesn't matter. You can skip this name and ID over here, it doesn't matter for now. What it matters is that what this value is representing. See, now you will not have any what you call understanding, but I'm telling you, when we try to pick up anything, suppose you selected what you selected ice cream. Now this form will go to the web server. Correct. Now you have selected ice cream. So I will take the value from where? I will not take the value of this content. I will not take the value of this content. I will take the value of this and send it to my server. Okay, this person likes ice cream. That's why this value is given over here. Understood? Somebody was asking me option value, why it is given. That's why this value is given. Because option, if I don't give a value, then how can I identify which option I have to pick? So that's why it's a identification of the option. That's the value. If you will pick that option will be picked with a only value, not with the content. Okay, and then it is sent to the backend server. I hope you understood. Now why we have written input? Because we need to make it as a search thing. We need to make it as a search thing. Pizza. If I write pizza, maybe it will not appear. Okay, if I write small p pizza, it is appearing, but it is appearing over here, as you can see. Fine, see here. Again, pizza is coming. Then dosa. Fine. Okay, now one more thing, if you have given the same name, fine, then it will show only once. Because the web browser gets confused what to display. Should I display the value? Should I display the content? I've written both. Fine. So I've written both. So over here, now you see everything is now only once appearing. The person who has having the doubt, yeah, label is closed with before datasets. It's okay. You can insert these things inside label. Fine. You can insert this thing inside label. Guys, any doubt? ICE is displayed because I have searched for it. Show password and hide password, Arun, we have to do it with the help of JavaScript. Thank you. Data list is used for, see what I'm telling you. If you are like um, filling one form where you have to add your university name. So many of the form you will see, you write your university name and it is popping out. Like if you write for my university, like National Institute of Technology, it is. So I'll write national, so all the colleges of national will appear. Then I write institute, all the colleges with national and institute, they will appear. Fine. So like that, for that only data list is there. Actually, a big data list has been created with all the college names. Now you have to search it and then select that. Fine. That's why the data list is there. Yes, I am explaining why name gender is both in the name. See, you guys are not like focusing. Fine. 3 times I have explained why in the gender name gender is given. See, if I don't give the name gender, see, please, after this, please don't ask. Name, okay. And over here, if I remove name, now I can select male and female both. Is it possible? Is it possible? No, it's not possible. No? So to only select one option, we are giving the name, and the name should be same for both the tags. Okay, the name should be same. If you give the different name, then no use. So I'm giving the name gender. Fine, gender over here, and I'm giving the name gender over here. Fine. Now what you can do, you can now select a male or a female, not both, not both. Understood? Data list one and the person who was asking about option, clear or not? Okay, one more option one I can use. Fine, this one with the data list, no? I can use with the select. Now that person actually was asking with the select one. Okay, see here, I can write label. Suppose good car, they are asking you about the cars. Fine. So label, I'm writing for this cars. Okay, cars. And in this cars, okay, not cards, cars. What do you like? Okay, what do you like? So over here you can give a space after this label, or in this label also, it's up to you. You can write a select tag. what tag? Select tag. Fine. Select with the name. Fine. Select, you can remove the name. For an ID will be same as I told you earlier. You can write cars. In the select you can write option. Fine. You can the select, you can write option. Option again value Swift. Fine. And here also you can write Swift. Fine. So now you see Swift is coming. Okay. This is how to select a drop down. Now here you cannot search it. You can select a drop down. Fine. Data list you will help to search it. Here you have to select it. Okay. Now options I can give endless. So many options I can give. Now value again, why I have given? Because we have to select this data. Fine. We have to select this data. Okay. Using JavaScript. So it will be selected. See, options are same. OPTION. Options are written the same. What it distinguishes is the value is the distinguishing factor. Value is the distinguishing factor over here. Fine. So that's why we have written alto. Over here you can write alto. Alto. Over here you can write Nexon. Here also you can write Nexon. Here you can write I10. Here you can write also I10, I20, whatever you like. Fine. Okay. So now you can select the car. You can select Alto. You can select Nexon. You can select I10. That you can try, Prachiti. Radio buttons, can we use button tag? For radio buttons you can like don't use button tags to show the radio buttons. Okay. Fine. So this is for selection. Before that, what we did search and select. This one only select. Okay. Now guys, you can also give phone numbers, correct? BR tag. Okay. Now you can give phone numbers also. Even you can upload files also. So let me quickly write for the phone numbers. I'll not use for. Again, you will ask why for. Fine. So label, fine. Over here I can write like input tag or phone number. You can write phone number. Fine. Then you know what you can do. Here you can write a select tag with the specific code +191 +1 for USA. I think I don't know for others +91 for India. That select tag you can write over here, and then you can write an input tag where you can only insert the numbers. Fine. Where you can only insert the number. Fine. So the number over here, and then you can write like whatever the number you can write. Fine. Now here you cannot write ABCD. If you can check ABCD EFGH. You cannot write alphabets. You have to write numbers. So 9876543210, like this numbers you can write. Fine. This is what the number element. Then see, you can write a label, and you can write like ID proof. Fine. And you can write after this label, input tag, and input tag of file. Okay, of file. So input tag of file you can write. Okay, now you see choose file option is coming. That you can also do. Fine. Over here you can write that what type of file you accept. Now I can write I only accept .pdf file. So it will only upload .pdf file. It's just like a validation. We have done a validation over here where we are just accepting .pdf file. Fine. So if I write choose, fine. See here, I'm getting the options, I'm getting the downloads. Only the PDFs are been visible to me. I have so many things over here, fine, but only the PDFs are visible for me. I have even Word format data also, but only PDFs are visible. Okay. Then after this, we have two types of buttons. I'll tell you the buttons. One button, fine, button, and this is of a type submit. Means it will help you to submit. So you can write submit. So again, you will not now understand why I have written type submit. Okay. See, I've written type submit because it will only try to submit this form. Okay. Only try to submit this form. That's why I've written a type submit. Nothing it will do extra. Okay. And if I don't write type submit, means it is normal button which we can do anything, which can turn on your light and switch on off your light also, and which can do anything. But I have specifically mentioned over here it is a type of submit, so it will help you to submit this form. Okay, and then I can write a reset button. So what it will do, it will help you to reset the form. Fine, type of reset. Okay, so what it will do, it will help you to reset the form. Suppose you can write Rohit over here. Okay, and anything over here, anything over here. Fine, like this. If you try to submit it, first of all, here the error will come. What error it is? Please include @ in the field. Fine. Okay, and if you reset it, see, everything got resetted. Everything got what? Reset. And that's normally the form looks like. That's all how the forms looks like, guys. Why you will use a placeholder in the select? It's already written, no? Understood, guys? So this sums up about your form. You can add, no? Here you can add that accept PDF, accept JPG, JFG, like that you can write it. Which part you have missed? Okay, you can write over here, you can put a comma right over here, .jpg, comma, .docs. You can write like this. That validation, we can do it with the help of JavaScript. Tomorrow there is no class. For cars, what do you want to know, Harshita? That we can do it pura with the help of JavaScript. That only 10 digits it should be there. Or third party forms are there. If you integrate that forms also, you can write the validation. Again, the same question, why we are giving name. You can watch the recordings. I must say, I have repeated so many times why we are giving name and ID same. हाँ मेरे को भी भूख लग रही है. Okay, someone has not written about checkbox, correct? So let me show you the checkbox. Yeah, correct. So those who have written, those who understand, those who don't have any question, they can leave for today. Thank you guys for joining. Hope you have a great night. Tomorrow also same. Fine. Thank you everyone for joining. You can leave the session. Okay, that's all for today. If you have enjoyed the session, thank you. Then do tell me. If you find any mistakes in the session, do let me know, guys. Thank you. This is 1 month. My LinkedIn profile. My LinkedIn profile, you can search for Rohit Kumar and you can write Emerzi over there. So, not so good photo will appear with a coat and pant, and then you can. My name is Rohit Kumar, and you can search in LinkedIn with the Emerzi. Emerzi, if you write, you will get. Tomorrow we don't have a class. I will upload the recording as soon as possible. Thank you everyone for joining. Do let me know if you want to. Yes, the attendance has already been taken. If you are attending this class, your attendance is completed. Next week you can receive the offer letter. No need to submit the homework, but if you do it, then it will be for your benefit only. Checkbox means like we can select multiple options. Extreme, opposite of extreme, if you do, that is called emergy. Emertex, you can write. Yes, you can submit it, but now nothing will happen because for the submission we have to write a JavaScript function. For submission we have to write a JavaScript function that we have not written actually. I'm from Jharkhand. LinkedIn profile, you can search Rohit Kumar and you can write Emerzi or you can write Emertex. You'll get. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Tomorrow there is no session, so please don't spam anywhere. Yes, Parnav, correct. Thank you. No need to submit the assignment. I am just giving you a reference from where you can do the homework. For you, your practice it is. Yes, correct, Tejas. The last it will be CR7. For that, video tag is there. Video tag is there. If you want to insert anything, video tag is there. No, not that, Parnav. Rubani, I didn't understand what you are telling. Leave, guys. Thank you. You can leave it. The session is over. No need to submit. For your reference, I have given you. Bio in my profile. I don't know. I'll give you my LinkedIn profile. So many people are asking. Yeah. Nice, Pranam. But I am little far from that area. It's called Jadugoda. Thank you, Akila. Bye. Yes, Pranam. So I've given you the link. You can go through directly. This internship is free, Rubini. Yes, no, the attendance does not get cancelled. Bye, Kiran. I think it's done. Let me then close the session. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.